Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm fighting the Eidolon with Ember Prime. If you're a newcomer here, welcome. This is the game known as Warframe where you fight everything including big bosses. For those who are very familiar with the channel and fighting the Eidolon, then welcome back. Today I'll be fighting with Ember, but not just the regular Ember. This time I'm using Ember Prime. So let's do a rundown of the abilities that she has to use if they are useful against the Eidolon or not. The first ability is Fireball, which is not useful. It just throws a fireball. It does nothing to the. I don't. It may take the shell out of the Volvolus, but it only hits one at a time, so it's not really useful. Our second is Immolation. This one is really useful because it does damage reduction. If the meter is really high, it goes up to 85% or more, depending on how you build. But it goes from 40 to 85%, so that's really good damage reduction. Our third is Fire Blast that knocks down enemies and exhausts the meter and burns them. This is kind of useful against the Volvolus, especially on the last part when it's calling them out. I don't know if it knocks them down. It probably just burns them and takes away their shell, their outer shell. And even so, I don't know if it's powerful enough. We'll have to wait and see. And then Inferno that just blasts everything. But again, against the Volvolus, because they just lose their shell, it's useful, so they won't try and build up the shield of the Eidolon. But I don't think it destroys them. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Here I am using my operator. I use the ability first and then shoot on the app. One piece of advice using this particular app, because it has a beam, is shoot him either from the heel to the knee or from the knee up. So it has a bigger surface area to hit the Eidolon, and this takes out his shield that faster. Once I take out his shield, now I'm just hitting him with my hammer, so he calls on the Volvolus. The Volvolus appear usually to protect his shield again, so it's useful to take out his shield and then wait for them. Also the weapon that I'm using here just removes his armor. Of course, it's a big debate. Should I remove the entire armor? Should I not? Some people say I should not remove the entire armor, but for practicality here, I'm just getting rid of the armor as fast as I can, and then I'm just going to shoot him. Volvolus are not appearing a lot. They're not appearing big numbers right now, so I have to wait. Also, I'm always looking at my radar to see if there are enemies in the area. Now, these enemies might be Grenier. In this case, I checked and they're not. They're Volvolus, so it's really good for me. I just teleport to them, a slingshot to them. So then my lures come up to me slowly as they are in order to trap the Volvolus, and I can take off their shields and build up a lure. And I have one is enough just to trap him from teleporting all over the place. Two is what you need actually to capture him. If I went for the counterlist and the hidolist, the other two bosses that appear are much higher than this one, then I would have to take the list 3. Now I'm also using another sniper this time. I'm using the Rubico. The Rubico, it's a debate. Okay, some people prefer the Langasem with the Rubico. The Rubico has much bigger fire rate, which is a lot simpler, but it also has a smaller magazine capacity. So you need to roll a lot faster if you don't hit everything, and you have to hit all of the shots. Lanka, when maybe 1-2 shots you can do it. Maybe here you need to take down an entire magazine, and then this is Sidonia, is what they call those weak points. Then you really hate him, and then you really can do damage to him. I'm going for this second arm now. See, the magazine is already depleted. I think the magazine only holds 5 bullets, so if you missed a lot of shots like I'm doing here right now, yeah, you will probably have to reload again. I should be more aware of the reloading, but for now it's good enough. I don't like the terrain. The terrain is uphill. It's really complicated to manage everything because your field of view is obscured. But you get enough Volvolus in this area, and because the terrain is skewed, they actually gather a lot faster, instead of spreading too much. So yeah, 2 down and 2 to go. See, I'm hitting the knee up to his hip, so to speak. I'm going up for his left knee. And again, the lures are in the way. I said this before, it could be a nice way if they just made the lures transparent when using a sniper or when aiming, so you can do these shots. But I think their lures are seen as a physical object, so they can't really move them out of the way. And I see another Marvelous here where I'm checking out. Oh, I did a mistake because I I came out of that too fast. I'm going again to take out the last part of his armor. Here I use my Fire Blast in order to, because Immolation was just too high. So as a Fire Blast to just, get rid of any Marvelous that could be around. And just do that. Here in this stage, I'm always looking to the meter to see if I can see. Fire Blast does the damage. It does deplete takes the armor out of the Marvelous. I tried using Verna there, but I don't think I had enough range. They're still too far away, so I decided to just, I thought he still had a little armor because the Marvelous was so close. I thought he still had a little shield with him, but no. So now I just go full magazine on him. And again, as you can see, I have to do it a lot of times, but in this case the elevated ground actually helps because his head is much closer to being shot. And here we go, that's it. My Immolation, as you can see, the meter on the right side at 81% defense, so I 81% damage reduction I need. And now I'm just cleaning up all the bubbles because they drop those little rewards and they're always useful. I can't use the Arcwing, so I have to do a little jump to get away from the ground. There's still a few bubbles here. I'm trying to clean them out, but I just cleared up their armor, so I'm just not gonna bother with that, and I'm just gonna extract. So yeah, it was a good run. Despite the terrain being uphill, I did manage. And now I will show you the build that I used. So as you can see here, I have a reactor with her. Our passive is increased strength by burning enemies. Fire Blast, again, not useful. It just hits one enemy, it depletes their armor, but it doesn't work. Immolation does have damage reduction. As you can see there, I'm having a 40 to 85% damage reduction, which is really useful because the Eidolon does treat you pretty badly. The next ability is Fire Blast that, exalts her Immolation. It takes down enemies and it burns them. I don't think it knocked down enemies that part. And then Inferno, that just burns down everything. Again, it may take the Marvelous armor out. I tried to use it, but I didn't have enough range. But it was enough. And the Dead Eye, because it increased sniper damage. Prime Shot, so it won't knock down. Rage, so if I get hit, I also have energy. Umbral Fiber, Ember Vitality, just for survivability. Prime Vigor to have more shields and health. And Adaptation also because it mitigates the status effects and damage to yourself. Arcane Nullifier, so you won't get attacked by the magnetic wave. Oh, at least the magnetic wave won't affect your Warframe as you get hit. And Arcane Evasion, in case you get hit, you also have more crit damage, or chance to have more crit damage. The Rubico, here it is. I have a rune for it. It doesn't increase that much damage, but it has a little bit of punch through, and the fire rate is also faster, so I use it. Vital Sense, Hammer Shot because it increases crit damage. Multi-Shot, Heavy Caliber because of damage, just to increase it. Critical ability to have more critical chance. Radiate Reload to have Radiation. Radiation is the element that actually does more damage to the Eidolon. The other ones, actually, I don't think they do damage. Or you don't need Arcanes or Excellus slots for here. Yathadai, here you can use any pistol, or maybe even no pistol, but I use this one because it takes down the lures pretty fast, so I just use this one. And I have it for corrosive just to take down the Grenier if they're in the way. Again, no arcane necessary, no accessory necessary. The Sanctity Magister, I use it because it does heavy impact damage, and with Shattered Impact it does deplete the armor of the Eidolon that much faster. A couple of hits will do it. So yeah, Prime Reach to have a little bit more of range. Prime Fury just to be faster. Organ Shatter and True Steel because increased crits and crit damage. And again, no arcane, not necessary for it. The focus school is of course Mother Eye. Mother Eye increases not only the energy regeneration of your amp, but also the amount of energy that you have to to do the attack, the beam attack. Increases physical damage and operator damage, so that's why it's the best one to fight the Eidolon, because it has more damage in a short amount of time. And speaking of amps, let's look at the operator now. Okay, this is the amp that I use, the Camula Flame, the Princess Scoffle, and the Couple of Praise. At the time, this was the best one. You can also use the grenade. This has a secondary shot that uses a grenade. I don't use the grenade. I had others, but at the time, I think this was the best. Magnus Elevate, so I can transfer in and out of the Warframe and restore my health. Magnus Lockdown, so I can slingshot and trap the Volvulets if they're trying to get into the area to help the Eidolon. Eternal Eradicate, so the operator ability actually increases the amp damage, and Virtual Strike to have more crit damage, more crit change, and more crit damage. So yeah, Ember is it does provide a little bit of damage reduction, which is good against the Eidolon. She doesn't have buffs, and she doesn't have a way to protect the lure, so she's not OP to fight the Eidolon. She can, do a little bit of it, but not a lot. But still, it was a fun fight, and I enjoyed it. If you also enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Till then, have a great game, guys.